Hello and welcome to yet another Yapping with me, Fellonius the Wizard. It's Sunday again and it's time to talk about something, I don't know, cultural taste I call it. And that is actually something that is not really an object of facts. It's more of a subject. It's subjective. That is, it's up to you really to think and feel. Now, I have been doing some stuff. Let's start from the beginning. I have a colleague who was going around saying that this book, a Swedish book by the way, 1793, don't bother with it. This book is so good, it's so perfect. And okay, now this is how I normally get my books, because if there is a good book, then I want to get that. If it's English, German, French, I want it. It's just something. If it's good for someone else, I just want to try it. Now, normally I give a book like 50 pages or something like that. And then I decide if I want to continue to read it. This one I think I gave it 63 pages. And then I was totally vomiting all over the place. That is how it is. That is his taste against my taste, and that is subjective. Of course, that is my opinion and his opinion. I totally admire this guy, so I'm not saying that you are wrong, because he is right. He has his rights. But this time it really started this feeling of who is actually deciding what is what. I mean, what is good books? And what is bad books, what is good art and what is bad art. And then you can really get it over to what is good news and what is bad news. Or, as they call it somewhere, fake news. Because, hello, how did we start having this conversation? Now, there is one thing, and that is music. Music is something that we love. We just love it because we have a feeling for it, right? But what if that feeling actually came when the radio was on, when you were born, and the first 2 years of your life, and all you heard was, in my case, Beatles. There were Beatles all over the place. Now, if you hear the same type of music all the time, then that has to be good, right? And then you hear people say, oh, Beatles is the best. Oh, yes. No one said Rolling Stones were the best. So you start to listen to that, and Jerry Lee Lewis is the best and all that. And suddenly you are having their taste. That is what I call it. It's their taste you are given to you. Now, of course, as we grow up, we always acquire more your own taste, but that is good. That is actually what you need. So when like let's say rsmalec says that there is a group called they Might Be Giants, and he says that he loves them, and well, he's not the only one, and I listen to them and I say, yeah, that might be your taste, but it's not mine, because it feels blend, it feels but he says, nope, it's not blend, it's perfect, yeah, and so on. Good. We should have it like that. Because I don't want to impose my Beatles to any other. It's my taste. Because I still love the Beatles, even if I was brought up with it. Even if I saw my little brother, 3 years old, dance to... Must be 4 years. Dance to She Loves You with the Beatles at the neighbor's house. And, yeah, I still love it, but it is my taste. Now, I have said that it's my taste, but am I really sure? The things that I don't feel the same thing is like with art. Now, we all know, there are always said that this art is the best art and the other are just junk, and we all have a value on that, and the value is actually the taste. Mona Lisa, just to name one, because we all know about it, is supposedly very good. Now, I have looked at it, not in real life, I must say. I have looked at it, and it's just a lady sitting there. She doesn't look like a real person to me, and I don't feel like it's not moving me at all. It's not. There are several other things that you might actually disagree on when you get to it. Now, I usually get silent when I get to this, but once me and a friend of mine, or shall I say a former colleague, was out driving, and we were where he was brought up. And he was going on rambling about how nice it were out there, and suddenly he just burst out, "Now look at that birch forest, isn't it beautiful?" And here we go again. That's his taste. It doesn't move me. There's just some birch trees, yes, and there weren't even any leaves on them. They were just gathered there. That wasn't placed there. It has no meaning to anyone, because it was just nature's way of saying, "I'm putting birch here. Is anyone complaining? No, okay, that's good." And I didn't see what he saw, but he saw it with his heart. He has seen those stuffs where he was. And here is the thing. If you don't get it by your heart, then it's probably not your taste. That is the point. So taste is subjective. It is yours only. Now, we have several other stuff that we are always getting from others. News is one thing. If you ever listen to the news, you get news that you really don't want. You get news that you don't understand. Is this really news? Nowadays, even in Sweden, you in US have had it for a long time. There are many small short stories about an ice cream stand that suddenly stands there. Okay, that's a new thing. Okay, yes, in my local town that is a new thing. How nice. Or a Thai food carriage or something like that. I don't know. But is that really news? And then suddenly we also know, because I have been there, that the news that you get is actually powered from someone else. In my case, it was my company who was controlling the news in a magazine. They actually were there and told the journalist what to write. And that is probably something that happens all the time. But for me, that is not good. That is fake news. That is controlling the news media. And that is totally happening all over the place. And you should not believe everything that has another's taste on it, because it's their taste. Develop your own one. Now, when it comes to news, that is probably the most hard thing. But if you're thinking about art or books or any media at all, music especially, just make sure that you are having your own taste. It's ground proving. It's really getting into your heart. That is the main thing. And it is yours. There is no opinion against it. It is your taste. It's important. Right. Thank you for listening. I'll be back next Sunday. Bye for now.